So after making my video on Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania's trailer, a lot of people in the comments started talking about how they felt that the Age of Ultron trailer was also deceptive. So I went and rewatched it. And while I won't say that the trailer itself was necessarily deceptive, I think combining it with all the context around Ultron within Marvel makes this trailer look like blasphemy. And we're going to talk about the first trailer because I think that one is the worst when it comes to deception. So let's break it down.
I'm gonna show you something beautiful.
The trailer starts off strong, locking you into a specific mood. Ultron starts monologue, and we see a bunch of clips of the Avengers in defeated positions. We also see a bunch of clips of random civilians running around in danger and fear, and we also see Wanda and Pietro protesting. All in all, with all the clips of chaos, the Avengers in defeated positions, and Ultron's monologue, it really gives the feeling that the Avengers are failing and their backs are really against the wall. Then a twisted version of Pinocchio's I Have Strings, But Now I'm Free song plays in the background. I'm not sure if that's just an altered version of the original song or not, but it plays over a bunch of clips of just random shit. You see Captain America kick open a door, you see Thor standing at the center of Sokovia, and you get a clip of Ultron looking back at Wanda and Pietro, which is one of my favorite shots from this trailer. And I think all of these scenes are there to create the feeling that the Avengers are diving into unknown waters, and they may have bit off more than they can chew. Then the trailer tries to make it clear that this is going to be some type of endpoint for the Avengers. Tony talks about how this is the end of the path that they've been on, and Black Widow says that nothing lasts forever. Basically, they're trying to say that this is some dire situation that they may not make it out of. On top of that, they add in clips of Hulk versus the Hulkbuster armor, and then Thor picking up Tony by his throat, basically trying to say that the Avengers are in shambles internally as well. And then they show a broken Captain America shield, which, you know, anyone watching this trailer before the movie came out would think that, yeah, shit's gonna get crazy. And obviously, it wouldn't make sense to spoil the movie like that in the trailer, but with the way they hyped everything up, people at least thought that was actually going to happen in the movie. So that trailer is pretty crazy. It creates tension and makes you second guess whether or not the Avengers could actually win this fight. This on its own is expected from the trailer. And of course, the Avengers win at the end. It's only their second movie together. But there are some serious repercussions. A whole country is dissolved after its capital blew up. The Sokovia Accords were made, and the Avengers had a fallout. But are those really repercussions that we should expect to come from fighting a villain like Ultron? Let's take a quick look at Ultron's character. To put it simply, in the comics, Ultron was created by Hank Pym, aka the original Ant-Man, using his own brainwaves. So we basically got Hank Pym without emotions. So after his creation, Ultron goes on to do many, many things. He creates the Vision. He has some major daddy issues, some shit I really don't want to talk about. But as the years go on, he becomes more and more of a threat to the Avengers, with a specific run in 1999 really putting him over the edge when he commits the genocide of a whole country. My introduction to Ultron was through the TV show Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but I also grew up on the next Avengers movie, the one where Ultron kills most of the Avengers and takes control over the whole world. So my thoughts on Ultron before the movie were that he was a huge threat. So for him to be a one-movie villain that barely made a dent in the world after seeing how well they hyped him up, that's one hell of a fake out. Still not getting behind what I'm saying? Listen to this. In 2013, the comic book run Age of Ultron released. It took place in a very grim future where Ultron won. The heroes were scared, angry. They can't even leave their safe zones without fear of being killed. Like She-Hulk got murked almost immediately trying to save Luke Cage near the start of the comic. And this came out 2 years before the movie of the same name. Now, I didn't read this comic book when it first came out. I was still writing in my notebook fanfic stories about me being the Red Power Ranger. But in high school, I really got into comic books because you just couldn't ask me to pay attention in class. And that's when I stumbled across this Age of Ultron story. And after reading it, I was like, damn, they really nerfed Ultron in that movie. And I'm not sure how people received that comic when it came out, but I really enjoyed it. And there's no coincidence that they used the same name as the comic book to hype up the upcoming movie. Only movie version of Ultron was nowhere near as cool or powerful as his comic book counterpart. So did Marvel deceive us? Did they lie to us? Were we tricked? Yeah. I think the fact that this movie came out only 2 years after that comic book release with the same name was a result of Marvel wanting to maximize profit by using a popular villain at the time. Only they didn't think about the fact that using him as a one movie villain would be an absolute massacre to a villain that deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore of Marvel villains. Ultron's not a one movie villain, he's a saga villain, or maybe a returning villain, or maybe just a villain that never truly goes away. I'm embarrassed to admit how badly I wanted Ultron to somehow return in WandaVision, simply because Google for some reason put James Spader in the cast of WandaVision. But you learn and you grow. They didn't do the same with Thanos, so that's good. 1 out of 2, I guess. All right, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on this topic. Let me know what you expected out of this Age of Ultron movie before it came out and your thoughts afterwards. I didn't really know much about Ultron besides what I saw in Next Avengers and in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So when I read that comic book, I realized that they really did do a disservice to this character. But let me know of any more times that you think Marvel deceived us or lied to us. I know a lot of people also talked about Iron Man 3, so I plan on covering that as well soon. Like the video if you like what you see here. Subscribe for more content like this. I'm on a really good consistent streak of like 5 videos over 5 weeks, which is great for me. And honestly, that's just because I always have stuff on my mind to talk about because I don't know, 80% of what I think about is comic book related. So, but yeah, hit the subscribe button for more content like this. I'm officially on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to hit it by the end of the year. So if you like what you see, hit the sub button. I'm sure you won't regret it. And as always, thanks for watching.